Well, happening today, the Senate is hoping to vote on a massive $2 trillion rescue package. But yesterday, a procedural vote failed.
Democrats halting the Republican proposal, saying it provides too much for big corporations with too little oversight and doesn't do enough for the American worker who may be out of a job right now. Democrats also object to what they say was insufficient funding for state and local governments. Arizona senators were split. Republican Martha McSally's team sending us this statement, which reads, "It is extremely disappointing to see this relief package held up when millions of Arizonans are desperately in need. This bill provides workers, families, and small businesses the support they need now. The Senate should stay through the night and advance this package immediately." Democratic Senator Kyrsten Sinema releasing this statement on the Senate bill. "Lives are at stake. We need a strong bipartisan package that will quickly pass the Senate and House and immediately help in the fight against COVID-19. She also said, quote, "There is no time for partisan games." Meantime, Senator Sinema also had some strong words for her colleague Rand Paul after news broke yesterday that he is the first United States senator to test positive for the coronavirus. And then it was learned that he had been swimming at the pool at the congressional gym after getting tested, awaiting those results. Senator Sinema called Senator Paul's move, quote, "absolutely irresponsible," adding, quote, "You cannot be near other people while waiting for coronavirus test results. It endangers others and likely increases the spread of the virus." So joining us now to talk about coronavirus, what is happening in the federal government in response, and what she wants Arizonans to hear is Senator Kyrsten Sinema. Senator, good morning. Thanks so much for being with us.
It's my pleasure to be with you this morning.
Senator, let's begin with the stimulus package. Specifically, tell us, what do you want to see in this package to address the concerns of Arizonans? I know you've got interest also in how the restaurant and bar industry has been just really decimated over this. So what do you need to see included or excluded to have your support?
There are two major things that were not in the package proposed yesterday that have to get in for Arizona to make it through this crisis. And the first is to ensure that we have adequate funding for state and local communities to provide health care to individuals who will be fighting the coronavirus. We expect the virus to continue spiking dramatically this week. Just this morning, the Surgeon General said it's going to be a bad week, everyone. Stay home. And so we expect this to quickly overwhelm our healthcare system. We need adequate funding for our hospitals and healthcare workers to take care of folks suffering from this virus. And number two, and this is critically important, we have got to provide funding for small businesses in Arizona. 94% of our state's businesses are small businesses, and they will suffer tremendously if we don't pass a package that provides them with economic relief while they're doing their part and shutting down during this virus. We've got to get those two things done today.
Can I ask you about behind the scenes? Because as I understand it and read that there's a lot of partisan bickering going on. How does something like that happen, considering this is affecting everybody? Republican, Democrat, it doesn't matter. Independent, people are struggling right now.
You know, unfortunately, there are some who choose to make every issue that we face a partisan issue. You all know that I've been speaking out against that for 16 years now. But I will say this, many senators are focused on finding a bipartisan solution we can get to the president's desk. There's only a handful of people who are interested in making this a partisan fight. So my message to Arizonans is ignore all of that noise and let's stay focused on getting the relief we need to our healthcare workers and our businesses in Arizona.
Senator Sinema, what can you tell us about your communications with Governor Ducey's office and also potentially local municipalities and cities here throughout Arizona? What would you like to happen at the state level to better protect Arizonans? And, you know, what do you make of sort of the inconsistencies state to state when we're seeing states like New York enact such stricter protocols and Arizonans, you know, seem to be leaving it more to the city leadership?
So this is something that many of your viewers will know that has been a big issue for me over the last week. And the reason is quite simple. I want to save lives and reduce the number of Arizonans who die as a result of coronavirus. The data is very clear that if we do not take action to limit human-to-human contact in Arizona, the virus will spread more and we will lose more lives. That is the truth. So I have called for statewide implementation of the guidelines issued by Dr. Fauci and the CDC. Unfortunately, right now, only counties with cases that are confirmed are being required to follow these directions by Governor Ducey. Just today, Dr. Fauci said the entire country should be following these guidelines, every single part of the United States. So I will continue to reach out to mayors and county governments in those counties that have not yet seen confirmed cases and encourage them to take action on their own, absent Governor Ducey's leadership, to protect their communities from the spread of this virus. I've been doing that since last week, and I will continue doing it because we have got to be focused on saving lives.
We're running out of time, but really quickly, what's the holdup on testing? Because we don't have the proper testing here.
This is a major problem. So we don't have enough of the swabs, which are the long Q-tips you stick in someone's nose to conduct the test. There's a national shortage of the swabs. There's also a national shortage of this liquid agent that you use to actually run the test. So I've been working for the last week and a half to try and get access to those materials for Arizona. In the meantime, Javier, and this is important, Arizonans should behave as if they have already gotten the coronavirus. So you should act as if you already have it by limiting your interactions with others, staying home, and not going into bars or restaurants or gyms, etc. The best way to slow the spread is to behave as if you already have the virus so you're not spreading it to other people unintentionally. And because we don't have enough tests, there are many, many people in Arizona who do have coronavirus and don't know it.
And unfortunately, as we finally do get those people tested, or at least under the assumption when they show the symptoms, we will be shocked. Senator Kyrsten Sinema, thank you so much for your time this morning. And please do keep us posted on the developments on behalf of Arizonans in Washington, D.C.
Thank you, Senator.
The last point I want to make before you guys go to commercial is just to let you know that Banner has opened up 4 drive-through testing sites. And I'd encourage you to share that information with your viewers so that people who need to get tested can do so.
Absolutely. Thank you, Senator. Be careful.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We'll be right back.